did have a particular letter I got. No, a letter, which I picked up today, and it required me to be here today at 6 o'clock for a hearing on an issue that concerned my daughter that I've been trying to follow up for like 3 or 4 years now. And they were assessing me as,
No, they are not assessing you, just so you know. And the Senate regular, what it is that the numbers that you have put up are too large. They need to be, if they
I did request for help multiple times, and at this point I really don't want to get too much into it with you right now, because I was thinking, first and foremost, I would kindly ask that I be provided certain information based on the citations that were provided on the letter that I got. And then, moving forward, I'll just look through, because I just got the letter this morning. I was at the post office this morning, and I've canceled all my appointments that I had today, a meeting that I had scheduled for 4 o'clock that I could not, fulfill based on the fact that I had to be here at 6 o'clock.
Well, if you wanted to, then he'll be here in just a few minutes.
No, I know for a fact that the letter stated that if I wasn't here, there were certain things that were going to be assessed.
No.
That's what the letter stated, if I was not wrong.
I've got the letter right here, and the bottom line, it says it could be, and if you wish to be present.
No, it said that I was either going to be present, maybe I don't know how to read or understand English. It clearly stated that I would either, the option was to be represented. Right. The option was on representation, not appearing. Appearing seemed that if I did not appear, things would be assessed against me, not exceeding $900.
No, not necessarily. And if it's worded according to the way that the law says it. But the bottom line
maybe I'm mistaken.
It could be, and that's what I'm saying. It could be. But the bottom line is, regardless, they will be here. My error, it should have been 6:30. But the upshot is that if you we've talked about, this, the bottom line is...
I'm kind of offended at this point, because I have really tried, and I was patient at some point, and just so you know, ever since that has gone up, I've not had an issue. Getting the letter today at 6 a.m., getting the letter to this morning and coming here at 6 would not afford me enough time to get my...
It was mailed on the 10th of June, whether you pick it up or not. The bottom line...
No. I can show you the notice. I have it here. I have a copy of the notice.
I was going to say, I have it here. I have a copy as well. It was mailed on the 10th.
I have a copy of the notice of the mailing.
Okay. It was mailed
because
on the 10th.
I had to hand it in, and I took a picture of it before I handed it in.
All right. The bottom line is you'll need to take down those letters. Those numbers, and either put up very small ones under your thing.
At whose cost?
It would be at your cost more than mine.
And at that point, and that's what I was saying, that just I would kindly ask to be provided any data or material that of citation, and because at that point I'd called my lawyer and asked him, what should I do? He told me just again to avoid any other further confrontation, because I had requested, like I said, multiple times. It's nothing I have not tried to resolve, what can be done will be done after that. But other than that, there's not much I can say at this point, but just to request for that.
Your first inspection and notice was sent out on Friday, April 7th.
Like I said, that's fine. Just provide that data.
Right here. Here it is. Right here.
I don't think I have a copy of that.
Yes, ma'am. This letter.
Like I said, I don't have. Just provide me the copies of that.
Okay.
And from then, I will just have them review what they need to review, and if they need to get back to me or have them get back to you directly, that would be fine.
Okay. I can have her reach with you directly if you can.
No. I will just get this. What I was saying is I was just going to have them deal with you directly, because, like I said, it's not an issue that started yesterday.
Okay.
It's not an issue that I tried to resolve yesterday.
All righty. Okay.
Yeah. So do you need me to make the copies, or will you give me the copies right now?
I can't make copies of this. I was going to say, here's your... let me see if I have an extra copy of the... I can send you via email the original letter that was mailed on Friday, April 5th. And and then I can mail the last inspection that was done on June 7th for the second. And that would have been, you know, your first notice, your second notice, and then the third, you know, what we're sending you now is for your quote compliance hearing. If you, and what your need is that if you feel you need to be here to, that you want to leave the house numbers up and why, then you can do that. If you are willing to take them down and put up smaller numbers, then fine, whichever. Whatever you want to do.
I just don't think that, you know, because I asked for help. It's not that I did not. I asked for help, and I've been through so much for now to somebody to choose to define what needs to go on that door when I had asked for help multiple times, I think is wrong. You know, I had asked for help for years. You know, and it's one thing if I just came up and made a decision of, okay, fine, this is something I want to do, or you know, or just out of the blue, or just because I want something gold on my door. No. It's not a matter or an issue of wanting something fancy on the door. It's not an ornament. I did it because I needed to do so. It had cost me working hours. It had cost me grief. It cost me a relationship with a neighbor. You know, and then at some point, and I believe it's you I spoke to who told me to mitigate my damages and just put it on the door. You know, and that point, you know, when I'm going shopping with my own money at my own time for something that I've requested for help, you know, and then after the fact, then somebody comes and tells me or defines what should or should not go on there when something could have been done way earlier. You know, it's almost like, you know, turn around 90 degrees, turn around 100, turn around now 180, turn around 360. You know, why could somebody just 3-4 years ago just let me know, okay, lady, put it this way, or we can't help you. Then I help myself. But I had multiple times requested for help.
I guess it's a matter of perception because we feel like, or at least I do, we have helped you in the sense that you could not change and there was nothing wrong with your lettering compared to everybody else.
But why is it that hence, ever since that thing went up, I've not had an issue?
You know, I truly don't know. It could be that after you had the police come out and talk to your neighbor, which you should have done, that they stopped doing what they were doing. Because clearly what they were doing was wrong. I mean, whatever they did, I mean, that was really...
But when the police declined, but what I'm saying is that ever since the numbers went up, my letters or whatever has never been misdelivered. FedEx or UPS or USPS never misdeliver my things.
So do you feel that if you had letters this big under your door that would work?
I don't believe so. And just so you know, the police who came in out on that day went to the wrong, and he called me back and told me we cannot make them do anything. She said that, you know, which I was fine, but I was like, you know what, at that point, those letters were already up. And just so you know, one of the board members actually said it was fine to keep them up. Just so you know.
Really?
Yes. And I have a letter to prove it. And then just to turn around and change things on me again, it's almost like I'm stupid. And nobody really cares. You know, one person tells you this, the other person tells you this. And, you know, and I can understand if I did not ask for, and I was patient for years. That was more than a year. That was more than a year ago.
Hello, Peter.
Hello.
How are you?
Still alive. How are you?
Good. You're skinny.
Still got a ways to go to before it's a rail.
Yes, you're there. This is Miss, and I don't want to mispronounce your name, Jalango?
Jalango.
Jalango?
It's a pleasure, ma'am. My name's Peter Moss. I'm the
I would love to meet under different circumstances, believe me.
Ms. Jalango is the one that's here for the hearing, for the letters on her, for the numbers on her door.
Oh.
That has had, not a battle, I guess would be the term, battle.
I don't think it's a battle. I've asked for help multiple times. If you
Well,
want
that's
to
what I'm
term it
saying,
as a
but I mean,
battle, then
From your perspective, it has been a battle.
a plea for help that has not been answered. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a battle because I've not necessarily fought anybody yet.
No, not at all. Hello, how are
Hey,
you?
good. How are you?
I can't complain. This is Ms. Jalango. She is here for hearing at, about with the letters on, the numbers on her door. She's the
Okay.
one who had, and from, that has had a running issue with her neighbor. letters, or the numbers went up to identify her house. She says that she has asked for help multiple times, and that a board member had told her that she could put up those letters that they would stay. And so that's where we are. And I will qualify that when she and I spoke on occasion, is the fact that, there was nothing wrong. Her numbering was like everybody else's. And it was my suggestion that she put letters up under her door, but underneath the thing, you know what I mean, small numbers, if you will. And the numbers went up as they are. And I think she's asking for either a variance or for us to pay to have the right letter, numbers. And she feels that she's not had an issue with UPS or FedEx since those numbers have gone up on the door. I think I've stated it fairly. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
I would just alter a few words.
Sure.
I do not feel that I've had, anything, because for my job and just myself, I get a lot of deliveries. And ever since the letters went up, not once have they been misdelivered.
And who was it, ma'am, can I ask, on the board who approved?
I believe I'll get a name. And like I told her, I got the letter this morning, so I have got no I had no time. I've actually canceled appointments to be here right now because the letter that I got said 6 o'clock. So I did do due diligence to be here by 6. But I was going to request that I get time in a fair manner to get that together.
Oh, definitely. No, definitely. I understand.
If it's been approved already by the board, the board members authorized.
Because the police officer also, when he spoke to me, he said that you told him that the board was taking care of it. And just so you know, he also told me he went to the wrong door when he came to my house, and he told me this could create an issue for you if you have an emergency. That's the reason why he ended up calling you, just so you know. I didn't put him up to it.
This is the executive package.
Was on vacation for last week, so I
Good for
didn't
you.
get a chance to,
This is the one, if I'm not, this is the one that had the correspondence, Peter, between John Stewart
Oh, so
and he's the one that had recommended to her, I think I've seen the copies of the emails that he sent you that suggested you put in for the ARC application and ask for a variance on that.
I don't remember him asking me to put in an application, and maybe I misread the email, but I will go back and read it again.
Yeah, I believe so, and so I believe so.
I assume Lori's going to.
Yes, oh yeah, Lori will be for sure. We're a little bit under budget, but you can see our biggie is, what it is, people. But some of it is. Huh? What? No, wait a minute. Let me see what this is.
Did you still need me here?
No, we can absolutely not. They'll send you a letter. Unless you won't feel that you need to.
No, I think we could explain it. We could explain it to Lori when she
No
gets
problem.
here.
Yeah, because I just want to see what was originally.
Yeah, and that's why I said my reason for being here, actually, I just told myself that let me get here as close as possible to the 6 o'clock so that, again, in a fair manner, I can ask for that time so that when I present my case, it's, it is with what was actual.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I think we'll present Lori, and if you can email us a copy of what you have.
I think I have copies of it as well.
The last
Absolutely.
email, I don't believe he copied you on it. The last part of the correspondence,
Okay.
I have maybe 4 or 5 emails that
You wanna
he did not
forward
necessarily.
them? See, I think
Yeah,
I
I just
have
rather
the
put
rest
the
of
whole
it.
package
Okay.
together, and when I present my case, present it.
Okay.
And I would kindly ask the notices that you say that were there. Excuse
We'll
me.
send you copies
I don't
of
feel
them.
too good.
Absolutely, because they were mailed both regular mail and certified.
The one I have is certified mail that I picked up today.
Correct.
And
but it
when I
was
opened
also-
it, I was
gonna say, it was mailed also on the 10th. We mailed it 2 ways to you. Regular mail, so you could get it in your regular mail, and certified mail. We mailed it 2 different ways.
okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.